Yeah, I had to separate you all and then put you back together.
No worries.
Yeah.
All right, can you play this quick video?
My congratulations. We gave up holding on the train has left the station.
Hey folks, what's going on? We have the multi-award-winning soul, let me put that in there, soul R&B duo here, Ruff Endz, in the virtual building, I'll say. And they're here to talk about their fifth album. Unofficially, we'll say the fourth album, but the fifth album.
Funny.
And it is called Rebirth. So we're definitely glad that you all could join us here on Unplug, so we can dig deep into this new album from Ruff Endz. So how are you guys doing tonight?
Pretty
We're
good.
doing wonderful.
So when I was getting ready to talk to you, I noticed that I didn't know that you all had started in the 90s. I was very familiar with your song, Someone to Love You. So I used to play over and over and over back in the day when we had CDs. But, now that's kind of changed a little bit. But you all started out in the 90s, like late 90s. And you came up with your name based on the area that you lived in, Baltimore. So what are the rough areas? Like, what inspired you to use the word rough?
Definitely where we grew up at. We grew up in a neighborhood where they shot Wire at. The Wire in the corner, if any of y'all familiar with the Wire in Baltimore. How we went about our whole career, really. I mean, one time we almost got signed by Pattie Labelle because we walked downtown and we put a song together for Pattie, and she almost got us signed, but the group that we was with at the time broke up. I mean, you could talk about every time we recording, especially from the city we live in, I mean, there's people getting shot and all kind of crazy stuff right outside. Like, so, I mean, the name Ruff Endz is like, it keeps us grounded. Put it like that. It's one of those things that keeps us grounded, that helps us remember, our humble beginnings and remember all the little people that help. Well, it's really the big people that help get us to where we are. So Ruff Endz is still to this day perfect, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
It was either that or Impact.
Okay, I like Ruff Endz better. that one flows better, Ruff Endz.
Right.
So what, like, do you all remember the song that you made for Pattie Labelle?
Oh, yes, we do.
Yes,
Can
we
you
do.
like a little, like, brief, like?
It was actually one of those songs that was made when Quartet, because we were originally, our intention was never to be a 2-man group. So we wanted to be a 4-man group. So it was one of those, this was the day of Voice to Men. Remember the group Shy?
Yes.
Ooh, da-da-do. So it was built around, like, you needed 4 people in the group to sing this song, because it was like really a shoe-up kind of a song, you know what I mean? But yeah, it was kind of one of those vibes. But that was one of those times we will never forget, because it was like an amazing piece of our story. We got a documentary that's going to be coming out later this year. We're trying to get everything from Sony. Anybody at Sony, please hit us back. We're trying to get some files from y'all I talked to people, so I said maybe to watch one of these interviews and get back to us. But
I'm
we're
back.
trying to get a lot of our footage and stuff that we did, a lot of press stuff we did, like Jenny Jones, CNN, MTV, BET, 106 and all that stuff. But anyway, I forgot where I was at just now.
Hey, it's cool. It's cool. That's pretty cool though. So Sony,
Right.
come on, tap in.
Tap in, please. Tap in.
Come
Let
on,
us
tap in.
the documentary. That's what I was talking about. The documentary.
Right.
Tap in.
There's so many different places that you can put that documentary to. Now you got Netflix, you got Hulu, you got so many OTT providers that you can distribute to. I mean, even right on with YouTube TV. So yeah.
Exactly.
Let's tap in and get into that action, Sony.
Exactly.
Come on with it.
Look, so you all dropped this new album in April, the beginning of April, and it's called Rebirth. So tell us, like, why did you name it Rebirth? Hey, I like that.
Shout out to our label, SRG. Shout out to our management, Terry Harvey. Man, Claude, the CEO over there, actually came up with the name, and we felt like it just fit perfect. It fit perfectly to us joining back together, us, the rebirth of our bond as brothers. This is the first project we put out on this level where we wrote and produced the whole album. So,
dope.
So for us, it's like, it's the rebirth of our brotherhood, of our friendship. It's a rebirth. Everybody that survived and made it out of 2020. It's like,
you're right.
You know what I mean? So it hit home on so many levels. You know what I mean? So the rebirth.
I like that. How long has it been since you all dropped an album?
2017, I think we came out with an album called Soul Brothers. So Soul Brothers was an album that we did when we first reunited.
Cool.
We first did a song called Time for Change, and Time for Change was basically the segue to Soul Brothers. So Baltimore was on fire at the time. Our city was in an uprising. Freddie Gray had passed away. And just like today, a lot of racially injustice, a lot of stuff that happened with, our community, Black people, specifically speaking of. But when we saw the Freddie Gray thing, it was in our backyard, you know what I mean? And the only way to really, I guess, speak our piece on it, we felt a certain kind of way. We just figured we'd go back to what we do, which is songwriting, and I produced a song called Time for Change. We sat there and we wrote the song out and just wrote our emotions out on what we think should happen and how we felt. And it was the beginning of us just recording again, you know what I mean? So it was like that experience led to Soul Brothers, because when we did Time for Change, we had fans like, oh my God, y'all got to come out with an album. We need y'all. We miss y'all. Where y'all been? All this, you know what I mean? It was like, oh, whoa. So like, we got to hurry up and do something. And we did this project Soul Brothers. And that was the beginning of, I guess that was the beginning of the, you know what I mean? The seed that was planted to get to Rebirth. You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, we also did Speak to My Heart, which was on the Shots Fired soundtrack. That was a song that came out, I don't know when, but it was either 2018 or 2017 as well. We had a song called Virtuous Woman that was from the Soul Brothers album. That was on a David Makes Man soundtrack. Oprah and Michael B. Jordan did a movie on the OWN network. And
cool.
They had our song Virtuous Woman was featured on the soundtrack for that as well. And then like Dante said, the Pump soundtrack, Ray J had a series on the Urban Flicks, which is the Black Netflix, if you will,
right,
called Pump. You know what I mean? And so we had a song called All of My Love, which is the second song on the Rebirth album, and we did that in 2019. Yep.
Oh, that's
So
dope.
so all of 2020 we were kind of pretty much shut down, and then we started, like, I would say midway of 2020 we started to work on the album and finish it up, and led us to coming out with the project 21.
I mean, it was really a perfect time to really sit down and focus on the album in 2020. It gave you that perfect opportunity to get all your emotions out. I mean, it was definitely an emotional time these past
Yes.
2 years.
Yeah.
It's been, very emotional, especially in the Black community. So that's amazing that you all were able to translate that into music. And that's the music that you feel, because it has more substance.
Exactly.
And like, speaking of that, you all consider yourselves to be organic R&B. So tell us a little bit more about, like, what is organic R&B?
Organic R&B. Organic. Well, first of all, we vegan.
Facts.
We're organic from the beginning, baby. No
Right.
GMO in this. GMO. You know what I mean?
Y'all got organic through the bloodstream.
You know what I'm talking about? My brother over there drinking cold water. Over there drinking aloe juice. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, I have my alkaline water right here too.
I see you over there.
Yes.
I see. So when we, it's like first of all, we wrote and produced the whole album. So it's not like a byproduct of an idea from somebody else, which nothing is wrong with that, because there's a lot of great producers and writers. But when you have a chance to observe something from the singer and the writer that's the singer at the same time, there's no middleman.
Right.
So, it's no like that's like, for instance, people on the last interview we had, guy asks us the inspiration behind Someone to Love You. It's an amazing song, all this and that. We didn't write Someone to Love You. Shout out to Corey Rooney and Troy Oliver. An amazing record. When we heard the record, we felt like it was us. We felt like it was something that we can make our own. But 100% organic is no fillers. No, nothing like, oh, we just gonna throw this song on there to make 11. No, we actually recorded like 30 songs, something like that, and downsized it to 11 songs. So it's not like, oh, we just gonna throw this on there to make it 11. No, let's be intentional. Our fans been waiting for us for a long time, and we gotta feed them something good. We gotta feed them some quality food. No GMO.
No.
So
we need that authentic, organic R&B. So it's good that you all are back bringing that, not just R&B but soul. Because I mean, nowadays R&B is kind of diluted a bit, really, music period. If you think about where it came from to where it is now, it's just
exactly.
Yeah.
And that's why we say organic, because when you think of something organic, it is in its original state. You know what I mean? R&B now is missing a lot of the elements from a lot of the early stages of R&B. You know what I mean?
Right.
And especially the golden eras, I like to call it, that 90s, even back to Motown days. You know what I mean?
Right.
So there's a lot of elements that are missing. Harmony, you don't hear a lot of harmonies no more, a lot of that kind of stuff. It's the beat is popping, you know what I mean? But there's not a lot of substance, in my opinion, to a lot of stuff. And not to say that there isn't substance, but at large, it's few and far between to find something with depth, that to speak to somebody that's a grown ass man, you know what I mean? Like a grown man like myself, you know what I mean? That, the clubs is one thing, getting with a girl and can I get with you? That's fine. But after you pass that song, what else do you got to say? You know what I mean? And that's the thing I loved about R&B from our era. it gave you everything. You can go to the club, you can do this, but it also gave you that song that made you think, made you want to be in love, made you, it did everything, So and that's where the organic thing comes back. We are made it a point to have those elements a part of this project, because that's the era we come from anyway. So
Right. It's about telling a story through music and being able to have your fans and listeners relate to it. And speaking of that, that's exactly what you all did in that first track that you released, Be the One, right? Where what the focus was on that men desire love and should be loved, right? Can you tell a bit more about that track, Be the One, the first one that you all released?
Well, Be the One. Be the One was the last song added to the album. And it's real reminiscent of our first album. Because No More Shopping Sprees was the last song on our first album. And became a single and went haywire. So right. So Be the One. Be the One is definitely taking a mature approach and thinking about yourself even before you get to a relationship. Let me just say that. Be the One is speaking from the aspect of doing everything you have to do as a woman or a man. In this case, as a man, to be the one. You could say, I want to be the one. That's like you could say, oh, I want this job, and don't show up. You probably had intention on you really want the job and you probably really need the money. But for some reason, you didn't show up. So how much do you really want it? So it's like, I want to be the one you love, you think about, you call for, whatever the case is. So it's one of them songs that make a person step themselves up. Like, I gotta dress better. I gotta start coming in early. I gotta stop hanging out with the boys, get off the game, whatever your vices are that's holding you back from being that next level being the right person at the right time. So that's what Be the One is about, basically. Right.
Indeed.
Right. And that's very important that people do work on themselves before they try to be with someone else. So that's cool that you all added a song in there that really talked to the essence of really self-development.
Exactly was exactly what it is.
Yeah.
You hit it right on the head.
A lot of times people want to rush into relationships or don't want to be lonely, and they just forget about, I need to take care of home. And home is you.
You the house.
Yeah, you're the house. So I think that's dope that you all had a song that touched on that. You all also have a song called Hopeless. So what is that one touching in on? Because I know each song has its own roller coaster of emotions that it talks about. So what is Hopeless tackling?
Let me say this before I get into Hopeless. This whole album was coming from a place of being a part of the solution when it comes to our people, our community, Black people at large in this country. And again, we're still using our platform to make a difference in our community, and we're just doing it through albums like Rebirth. You know what I mean? And so it's like this whole album was birthed from the place of how can we inspire, touch, and leave them motivated to be better, to feel better, to love, to stick it out when you feel like giving up, that kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's where, all of the songs flow from that context, if you will. Hopeless is a song. My family is originally from Guyana, South America. So I'm the youngest of 10 brothers and sisters. So the whole Afro island vibe thing, we've been trying to do this for a very long time. You know what I mean? We did a song with Beanie Man called Wine and Dine that never seen the light of day. It was supposed to be on our second album, Someone to Love You. And it didn't, we had a lot of it's not that it didn't make it. It just was a lot of politics involved. His label, our label, and we spent 30 grand. I'll never forget that number. 30 grand was spent to get him to be a part of it. And, you know, that would just went down the drain, you know what I mean?
Wow.
Because of labels couldn't work certain things out to make it happen. So now that the whole Afrobeat thing is out, it's kind of like some people was like, y'all trying to do what's going. No, we ain't trying to be like what's going on now. We've been doing these records. You just never got a chance to hear it. You know what I mean? So Hopeless is definitely a song that we're excited about because it's like our fans, you know, finally get to hear something, another side of us that they just never heard. Because No More represents Ruff Endz, but it's not all of Ruff Endz. Someone to Love You represents Ruff Endz, but it's not all of Ruff Endz. You know what I mean? So a lot on this album, you're gonna hear different sides of who we are as a group, and Hopeless represents one of those songs. You know, it's definitely summertime. It's definitely make you want to dance, make you feel good, and it's a vibe. You know, you can drive. You know, you want to be in the car with the top down. You know, kind of a record.
Right.
So yeah, Hopeless. We just shot the video for that, by the way, and the visual for Hopeless is gonna be coming out real soon. So definitely stay locked into our social media at official Ruff Endz on Facebook and on Instagram as well. You can definitely check us out, and we'll kind of give you updates on when the video is going to pop for that.
Yeah, when I listened to it, it definitely did make me want to dance. I was like, oh, okay, let me try to do some movements here. I don't know too much salsa or Afro dancing, so I just put some Zumba moves in there. But hey, I'm gonna learn though. I'm gonna learn. So when you all released this album, you had this huge reveal at Times Square. And it was like a huge billboard reveal. And that was a surprise for the fans, especially fans anticipating this album and the release of some more songs from you all. What can fans look forward to in the future from you all? Or is it a secret?
Couple secrets.
Some of the stuff might be a little hushy. A little hush. Shh. Some of the songs, but this is a new relationship with our label SRG, a new situation with our management, Terry Harvey, and I mean we love SRG. We love Terry Harvey. I mean, it was one of those things I kind of we locked in long time ago. You know what I'm saying? So this is the beginning. That's one of the reasons why it's called the Rebirth too. And I think Claude over at SRG came up with the name Rebirth because this is the beginning. This is the baby album. I know it don't seem like it because we've been in the game over 21 years, but it's like this is the new album on a new label. So you could be looking from a lot for Ruff Endz. We got visuals coming for a lot of the songs, not just the singles. We have tour stuff coming up, which is very exciting just to be back on the road doing what we love to do on stage. And we have a lot more appearances and features. We have a performance we just did on BET. Y'all can go to BET and check that out. BET Music, right?
Yep. BET Music. And our page as well.
Yeah, on our page as well. We have something that's going to be coming on the Duncan Lounge. Shout out to Duncan Lounge. Shout out to BET. We are just excited. I don't want to let too many of the Bush's baked beans out of the bag. but I'm excited. That's why I smile a lot. I smile a lot because I'm just thinking about everything we survived through. I'm thinking about now, the future. So I got every reason to smile. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Hey.
So speaking of your website, what is that address where people can go check out that performance that you all just did?
At official Ruff Endz is our Instagram. We got the actual performance, the BET stream performance right on our Instagram page, or you can go to at BET Music on Instagram as well, and check it out right on the page as well. But I'm sure they got a lot of other stuff up there as at this time. But definitely check us out. We've got like I said, new visuals. We're working on the Ruff Endz documentary that's going to be coming later this year as well. And we're going to be on tour coming July and August, a major tour with the live band. If you have not seen a Ruff Endz show, you are missing out. It's going to be definitely, people talk about that feeling of nostalgic feeling of the 90s. You go to a Ruff Endz concert, you're going to feel like you're in the 90s all day long. You're going to be like, oh my God. We're going to give you all those goosies, all those feel good feelings. You know what I mean? Your hair's going to be standing up like, oh my goodness. So come on out and party with us. It's going to be a wrap. We got a special guest that's going to be on tour with us as well, another R&B legend. And you're going to hear that announced on our page. So we're excited about it. Our team is working diligently on that right now. But next month in June, we're going to be in Atlanta in June next month. And then in July, we're going to be in, and also in June, I think we're going to be in Pittsburgh as well, the Black Expo. And then June, we're going to be in Atlanta, June 5th as well.
Oh, that's dope.
Doing a performance.
We're in Atlanta. That would be so dope if we could connect with you all in person.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Like, that would be awesome.
That would be awesome.
To talk about that concert, because I know it's gonna be good, especially a live band. What? Yeah. I saw Dante over there.
June 5th, the Atlanta show is not gonna be with the band, but it's still gonna be a show. You know what I mean? We're still gonna turn up. Hopefully we have our dancers with us or whatever. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be a vibe. Carl Thomas, the girl, Chrisette Michelle is gonna be on the show. So it's gonna be R&B all day. We're gonna represent.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be real good. And that is June 5th. So that's right around the corner.
Right around the corner.
Right around the corner. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's so fans, if you hear that, go ahead and get those tickets.
Get them tickets,
Get those tickets.
Get them tickets.
Today. Sony, again, you need to tap into this documentary. If you're there, just putting that little plug out there.
Mm-hmm.
And check out that album cover. Great visuals on that album cover too. Real good. Indeed. Yes.
Shout out to my son Michael David. He actually took the album cover picture. Right here.
Dope.
My nephew. Man.
That's
it's all his work right here, y'all.
I throw that in there.
That's my nephew. Dope.
Boom.
He did.
And look, for fans.
What?
Yeah, fans, y'all want to get one of these? Y'all got add official Ruff Endz on the gram, baby. We're gonna be giving this out to some of our super fans that we run into that really are Ruff Endz, like day ones. You know what I mean? So
we got them. Thank God we got them. Hey, we like Lloyd with the pillow, baby. Lay your head on my pillow.
Oh my God.
Oh wow. Well, I'll tell you what, y'all. Thank you so much for coming on Unplugged and sharing with us the Rebirth and really just even more about Ruff Endz. I definitely didn't know, that you all did Afrobeat. So I'm looking forward to hearing more of that from you all, and especially more of you all and your own songs that you create. So
yeah,
definitely looking forward to see what comes next, what you all bring out next. I'm going to be grooving. Everybody's going to be ready to dance at the concerts coming out. Perfect timing because this pandemic is about to be over, hopefully.
Indeed.
So it's a great time to go out and really experience that organic R&B. So again, thank you guys so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having us.
I really appreciate it. If we can connect in person, that'll be dope. But just let us know. We definitely don't mind giving you guys exposure and more talking about your concert to help you out. So
thank you so
definitely reach out to us here at SocialGoats. Again, if you all check them out at official Ruff Endz on Instagram and Facebook. Tidal Music, Apple Music, Spotify, all of those are music platforms. Go check out the album. It is out now. Rebirth. Again,
Available
thank you
everywhere.
so much. Available everywhere.
And if y'all want physical copies of the CD, these CDs are available at www.srgstore.com if you want a physical CD. So a lot of, the young generations don't, they're streaming stuff now. But if you are like myself that want, we want something, a keepsake, if you will, like the Boys to Men collection. I didn't went and bought all of that on a CD.
Michael
Jodeci,
Jackson, all of them. Like,
Michael Jackson on
Yes.
CD, Prince CD. I got the whole collection. If you want to
So-
add this to your Ruff Endz collection, go ahead, www.srgstore, and you can get that.
Fact, CDs are like the new vinyl, and
Exactly.
you gotta
They
have
are.
it, and even though vinyl made its way back too,
Exactly.
but you need to have it because the sound is a little better.
Yeah, to me it is. Yeah.
The sound is better, so definitely appreciate it. Hey, you all know how to catch us. Go to www.socialgoats.org. Make sure you follow us on Facebook and Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn at Social Goats. Again, thank you all so much for being on the show. Really appreciate it. I appreciate your time since I know I went over.
You're fine, Dawn. We the last one of the day. So, Treese, appreciate your platform is very, very important to the R&B world. And we're just one of the groups, you know what I mean? So we just want to let you know that you're just as important as a group like us, you know what I mean? Because when we come together, we can actually connect with other people that's looking for this certain kind of sound, this certain kind of organic R&B. So we appreciate what you do for the culture, and thanks for having us.
Thank you all so much. All right, y'all. Peace.
Thank you.